Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Well, 1 month from now, I will be at the National. This will be my 5th National that I have attended, and each year I look more and more forward to attending the event. Now, I thought I'd do a video in which I'll go over some of my goals for the show. My main goal, and which has been the main goal for the last couple years now, is to meet up with fellow YouTubers. I've had the pleasure of getting to know so many different people on YouTube, some that I've met over the past couple nationals, and there's some of you still out there that I have not had a chance to meet. I believe Dylan, Double D Vintage Baseball Cards, is coming in from Hawaii. Really looking forward to meeting him for the first time. So if you see me walking around, definitely don't be shy. Come up, say hi. Would love to meet you. I'll be doing the same if I recognize you. And I will definitely be attending the Thursday YouTuber event. Again, another highlight of the show for me. It's becoming more of a reunion, so to speak, than an actual card show. And I think a lot of people that have been on YouTube and have made a lot of friends in this hobby through YouTube think the same way about the National. It's becoming less and less of a card show and more of a gathering of friends. So that's the main goal that I have. When it comes to cards themselves, I've been saving up since literally the week after last year's National. Every pay, setting aside a little money. So in terms of my budget, I'm coming with a fairly healthy budget to spend on cards. So what I'm mainly looking for to buy are cards that are remaining on my 100 cards for $100,000 list. There are quite a few that are in that maybe $250 to $300. Again, it'll be interesting to see what some of the prices are and maybe what some of the deals I can make on some of the cards. Again, I'm going to be flexible on the grade, more of the eye appeal that I'll be interested in, but that lower to mid grade level. And there are a lot of cards still remaining on my list that fit into that category that I think I can pick up several different cards and to add to my list. Some of them, again, these aren't ones that are necessarily a high priority for me, but are in that still that lower level of price that I think I can check off my list. And that includes the 53 Bowman Warren Spawn, the 1950 Bowman Warren Spawn, the 51 Bowman Roy Campanella, the 61 and 64 Hank Aaron's. I'm still missing those. The 65 Joe Morgan rookie card. I think that's one that I can pick up fairly reasonably, as well as the 1973 Topps Mike Schmidt rookie card. I'm still missing that one. Possibly the 1961 Juan Marshall rookie card, and maybe the 1963 Topps Hank Aaron. Now again, I can't buy all of those, but those are some of the ones that again that are in that lower tier that I think I may be able to find in relative decent quantity there at the show, that I can pick and choose, maybe find one that's in my price point, again, that has that eye appeal that I'm looking for. And I am bringing a budget that might allow me, if I find the right card, to maybe buy a big boy card, one that may be approaching 4 figures. It would have to be the right card, and again at the right price, but I will have my eye on potentially, and I don't want to put my hopes up here, but you never know, so I'm going to be keeping an eye out. Would love to be able to pick up either the 1954 Bowman Mickey Mantle or the 54 Bowman Ted Williams. Now, in order to do so, I'd probably be looking at a PSA, probably a 1.5 at the most. Again, I don't want to blow my budget on, just that one card, but if I am able to find something, again, just into that 4 figures, that'll still allow me, with the rest of the money that I have, to make some other decent purchases and walk away with a good number of cards from the show. So we'll see. There are other cards that are on my list that I didn't mention, and so we'll see. I'm going to try to keep an open mind as to what I look for. I don't want to pigeonhole myself too much and then possibly get frustrated of not being able to find the right card. But I bet you there's probably 20 cards that are in a certain price range that I may be comfortable in buying. So beyond those 100 cards for $100,000, I do want to try to make some headway on my 1978 Topps set. So these are ungraded cards, looking again for, I want a really nice set to put together. So I know there's a couple dealers that are going to be there that deal with sets. So I'll stop by their booth, take the time to look through their binders of 78 Topps. I am missing some Star and Hall of Fame players, so there may be other dealers that have raw cards from 78 that I can pick up some of the bigger names. Again, I want them centered, sharp corners, really nice ungraded copies. So hopefully, again, I'll be able to make a little bit more of a dent into that set. Next, of course, is meet Wade Boggs again. Now, he'll be there on Sunday signing, and this will be my 10th time meeting Wade Boggs in person. So being the 10th time, I'm hoping there's things in the works there that will hopefully result in a pretty big experience for this time meeting Wade. I may be picking up a couple things from him to have signed. Definitely will have some video on that, and we'll talk about that because it is a big deal for me. So keep your fingers crossed that this meeting here with Wade turns out to be as big as I think it will be. And of course, as always, I'm going to be doing video throughout the show every day, doing daily recaps, just taking video of the show, maybe interviewing some other YouTubers and collectors. We'll see. I'm just going to let things flow, but I'm going to try to do daily updates on my channel, maybe things that I've picked up, just observations of the show, and so on. Finally, I have to allow for Squirrel cards, ones that aren't on my radar, but I may be walking by a booth and see a card. It's not on my 100 cards for $100,000 list, but it's one that I see and it just speaks to me. So I also want to leave that opportunity there. We're not talking necessarily high dollar cards. Maybe it's just a Hall of Famer that I need for a particular player run or set for the Hall of Famers. Maybe there is a dealer where I can pick up some fairly cheap slabs of Hall of Famers in conditions that are, eye appeal, that are good to me, that I can pick up fairly inexpensively. So I also want to potentially look at, again, just picking up other cards of Hall of Famers that I don't have. Again, with a show this big and so many dealers, there's going to be sensory overload for me, I'm sure, but I'm just going to enjoy even looking at cards that are way out of my price range. It's one thing to see a card on a computer screen that someone has listed on eBay. It's another to be able to see a card in a display case, possibly even hold the card, touch the card, even though I know it's something that, you know, is way out of my price range and nothing that I could even think of buying at the show. It's always really cool to look at some awesome vintage baseball cards. So with that, would love to know in the comments, what are some of your are you attending the National this year? If you are, again, I'll try if I see you, I'll try to stop by, say hi. Definitely do the same. Don't worry about if you think you're going to be bothering me or whatever. Again, my main goal at this show is to meet a lot of people. So, well, again, would love to know in the comments, one, are you going to the National? And two, what are some of your goals for the show? With that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.